Hello and welcome to another BZPower set review. I am BZPower reporter Xccj, and today I am taking a look at set 60092, Deep Sea Submarine. This is from the new Deep Sea theme in the City line. It features a really cool submarine, a little outcropping of rocks, a shark, a couple of divers, and a pilot. So another underwater adventure theme. I'm always a big fan of those. Fairly modern looking submarine, but looks fairly big. 274 pieces. This set is $29.99 USD. So a little low on the price per piece ratio there, but not too bad. The back of the box features a couple of scenes. The submarine above water, underwater, exploring some of the underwater features and grabbing the treasure and getting away from the shark. I guess it includes 3 bags for easy builds, so this is probably also for a slightly younger audience than normal, ages 6 to 12 of course. And the top of the box has a closer look at some of the figures. So definitely a lot going on here. Looks fairly interesting, and it's really cool to get back under the waves in another LEGO adventure theme. So let's check out what's inside. So here are the pieces. You get a lot of grays and blacks with a few yellow ones. Some bits of interest are the burp big ugly rock piece. You get one of these. Also these brown gray container pieces. A clear dome, some interesting yellow pieces like this arch, this slope, and this slope. They're fairly uncommon. You also get the new shark with eye printing on the head. This piece has been seen before, but this is the first time it's appeared in white, and you get 3 of these. You also get this white horn piece. It was previously used as a Western cow skull horn, but it's being used as the underwater skeleton here. You get a yellow crab. It's appeared in a few sets before, but it's still fairly uncommon. A red leaf piece. This large brick with studs on the side, which was actually used heavily in the Aqua Zone sets of the 1990s. So yeah, a fair amount of cool pieces. Now let's see what they put together. And here we have the 3 minifigures from the set. 2 divers and the submarine pilot. The 2 divers have identical torso and leg printing, which is still pretty cool. You can see some custom design. It's fairly nice. They come with an air tank and goggles on the helmet. The first diver is male. He comes with a crowbar for prying apart things underwater, I believe. The second is actually a female diver, and she comes with a camera to go take pictures of underwater things. They do have some back printing, although it's generally hidden by the air tank. An interesting bit is the air tank actually has room in it to stick a rod, which is something I believe the older style air tanks didn't have. So that's a nice new feature. You also have the submarine driver. He comes with a nice red vest and dark red beanie, and the logo for the underwater explorers, I guess, on his back. These 3 minifigures are not exactly exclusive. They appear in this kind of variety in most of the underwater sets. Still, they're fairly good. You need a team of underwater explorers, so it's nice to have synchronizing uniforms. Finally, you also have the shark, which is the newer mold, printing on the head and go nom nom nom. So, a fairly good crew for your underwater exploration team. And here is the full set. You get a landscape piece, the main submarine, as well as a few extra pieces, including this black tubing of this length, which is, I guess, also unique to the set. So the first interesting piece here is the landscape piece. It has these white tubes here to resemble what looks like a whale skeleton or some underwater creature, as well as some seaweed here and a little crab. You lift up the seaweed and there's a crystal hidden in the ground, so you can go collect that. And if you lift up the skeleton, you see the treasure chest. And inside the treasure chest are some gold pieces. So I guess the whale ate the treasure chest and then died, and now here it is. The back is pretty unexciting. The burnt piece here is just sitting there, nothing to cover it up. But it's decent looking from the one end and offers a little bit of playability, although not as much as the most expensive set in the theme, which has a whole sunken ship to explore. But the main feature here is the submarine. The submarine takes up a bulk of the pieces in the set, lots of yellows and grays and blacks. It has these two arms that are attached to the body via a ball joint, and then there's another click joint at the elbow, I guess. This one has a claw with 3 fingers, which you can use to grab things like the aforementioned treasure chest. And this one has an array of different tools, which looks like an arm, a gear, a light, and a camera. It's a little odd. It doesn't seem very usable here, but they're just packing a lot of features into one thing. So I'm not a huge fan of this arm, but that's what you have. You have a nice bulky interior with some lights at the top. If you take this down, there's plenty of room for the fig to sit inside. Although there is a lot of space back here that is unfilled, so it feels like a little bit of wasted space. There are some stickers on the panels in here and here, so that's a kind of nice attention to detail that is a little bit subtle. On the back, you have the turbines here that I guess can turn a little bit. Some air tanks on the top with stickers. There's a container on both sides where you can go and stick like the jewels or something small for storage. These tanks down here are definitely fairly large and give the sub some depth, and I guess they're used to fill with air or release air to rise or sink. So it's a fairly sturdy set. This is the biggest submarine in this year's theme, so it definitely shows its weight. Compared to submarines of the past, like from the original Aqua Zone theme, it's a little bit different, but I guess it's more realistic, whereas this is more sci-fi futuristic. So it's comparing apples to oranges in that way. So this one isn't quite as sleek. It's fairly bulky, but it definitely has a fairly large size, and it looks seaworthy in my opinion. It's not exactly swooshable, but you can get a firm grip, and there's plenty of turbines to move to position yourself underwater. This isn't for going fast, this is for exploration. And while it's exploring, it can go in here, lift up this, and then rise to the surface to check out what treasure they got. Whoosh. Overall, it's a fairly neat set. It definitely has plenty of playability with the underwater features to explore and the nice hefty submarine with a couple of diver figs and a shark to add in. And at $29.99, it's fairly affordable compared to some of the larger sets. Parts-wise, it has a few relatively rare parts in yellow, as well as some of these white pieces that make up the skeleton. Plus, you know, you got a shark and a little crab right here. But overall, there aren't a whole lot of very special parts, so I wouldn't buy this set specifically for the pieces. So if you're interested in a underwater exploration set, I think this is a good one to go by. Well, thanks again for watching this BZPower set review. Make sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube page and keep up for future set reviews. And you can see the full picture and text review on BZPower. Thanks again for watching.